Good morning, students. Let's continue with chapter number 2 of science, microorganisms, friend and foe. In the previous video, we covered our topic how microorganisms were useful to us, how were they friendly microorganisms. Now, our new topic for this video is harmful microorganism. Microorganisms are harmful in many ways. Let's check out how they are harmful and how they cause disease in human beings. Now, for this, first of all, we want to discuss about communicable diseases. Before this, I have also explained you what are pathogens. Pathogens are actually the microorganisms causing disease, or we can say the microorganism causing disease are called pathogens. Now, what are communicable diseases? Communicable means those diseases which can spread from person to person, contagious disease. These are microbial disease caused by microbes that spread from one infected person to a healthy person through air, water, food, or physical contact, such as cholera, chickenpox, common cold, and tuberculosis. One more example is nowadays corona, you can add in this. It is also a communicable disease which is getting uh, transferred from infected person to a healthy person. Now, for this, some carriers are there. What are the carriers of the communicable diseases? Like insects and animals, that carry disease causing microbes and transfer them from one place to other are called carriers or vectors, such as houseflies and mosquitoes. These are also known as carriers of disease because they are the sources through which the disease are spreading. Let's see how do the houseflies transfers pathogen. A housefly, you know what are housefly? Yeah, may sit on the garbage and animal excreta, and the pathogens stick to their body. When they sit on uncovered food, these pathogens get transferred to the food. Means whenever the housefly, they are flying here and there and they sit on garbage and animal excreta. So what happens? The germs, the viruses that are pathogens, disease carrying microorganisms stick to their body. And when they sit on the uncovered food, so many food items are kept in your homes which are not which are uncovered, which are not covered. So they sit on that and these pathogens get transferred to these food items. And when someone eats this contaminated food, he or she may fall sick. To avoid this, we must always keep our food covered. All the food items should be covered, and so it is always said that we should never eat from the hawkers or outside street food. So because they are always uncovered food, they can be responsible for disease. Now, there are two examples of the carriers of disease, like for malaria disease, female Anopheles mosquito. This is the carrier parasite of malaria. It is a kind of plasmodium, that is protozoa. So this mosquito is the special carrier for malaria disease. Now you might have also heard about dengue. For dengue, female Aedes mosquito. This is the carrier of the dengue virus called flavivirus. It is also known as flavivirus, which we in normal language call it as dengue. You can see I have given three pictures. First one is of malaria mosquito, that is female Anopheles mosquito, you can see. Then the second one is the insect which is shown for dengue. That insect carries the dengue virus. And third one, you can see how the house flies are sitting on garbages, and this they fly here and there and they sit on dirty things, garbages, and then they go and go fly and sit on the uncovered food. Through how these house flies, the disease are carried, or we can say transferred. Now there is one table showing some common human disease caused by microorganisms. You can go through the table. Human disease, first box contain human disease, second is causative microorganism, by which microorganism that particular disease is caused, and then the mode of transmission, how that disease is transferred, and lastly the box shows preventive measures, what preventive measures we can take to avoid, to get prevented from those disease. Like first is tuberculosis. It is caused by bacteria and the mode of transmission is air. What should be done? Like all these disease, measles is caused through virus. It is again the mode of transmission is air. Chickenpox is virus, mode of transmission air or contact both. Then polio, it is virus and mode of transmission is both air and water. And what is the preventive measure for that? Keep the patient in complete isolation. Patient has to be kept in complete isolation so that he or she does not remain in contact with any healthy person. Otherwise, the disease may be transmitted through them. Keep the personal belongings of the patient away from those of the others. Others से दूसरों के कांटेक्ट में उनके पर्सनल बिलोंगिंग्स को भी नहीं आने देना है. एंड वैक्सीनेशन शुड बी टू बी गिवन एट सुटेबल एज. जब बच्चों की एक सुटेबल एज होती है जो ईयर्स के लिए वैक्सीनेशन फिक्स है, उन्हें हमेशा टाइम पे वैक्सीन देने चाहिए. नेक्स्ट आर टू डिजीज, cholera and typhoid. Both are bacterial disease and they both are waterborne disease. Mostly they are transmitted through water. So what should be the preventive measure? Maintain personal hygiene and good sanitary habits, consume properly cooked food, and boiled drinking water should be taken, and of course vaccination is must. Then is hepatitis B. It is also a viral disease and it is transmitted through water. So drink boiled drinking water. Always water should be boiled or it should be filtered water, or nowadays you can see RO systems are there in your house. Yeah, so it should be mineral water. And again, vaccination is also a good preventive measure. Malaria is caused through protozoa and the transfer is transmitted through a mosquito. In just previous topic we discussed about that. Use mosquito net and repellents, spray insecticides and control breeding of mosquitoes by not allowing water to collect in the surroundings. पानी को हमारे सराउंडिंग्स में कलेक्ट नहीं होने देना चाहिए. जितने दिन पानी कलेक्टेड रहेगा उसमें ऑटोमेटिकली मस्किटोज का जन्म हो जाता है. दे आर बोर्न इन दैट collected water. So it should be taken care that water does not get collected in our surroundings. Next is disease caused by microorganisms in animals. Also, microorganisms are responsible for causing disease in animals. Like anthrax, a dangerous disease that affects human and cattle, is caused by a bacterium called Bacillus anthracis. This is the name of the bacteria, Bacillus anthracis, very important, which is responsible for the disease called anthrax in cattle. Foot and mouth disease in cattle, it is caused by a virus called foot and mouth disease virus, that is in short we can say FMDV. These both names you have to remember. And Bacillus anthracis was discovered by Robert Koch in 1876. This bacteria was discovered by a scientist named Robert Koch in 1876. There is one picture also, you can see disease caused by microorganism in plants. In plants also microorganisms can cause disease. Microorganisms can cause disease in plants and reduce crop yield. Production is reduced. Some of the plants in which they cause disease are, you can see wheat, rice, potato, sugarcane, orange, apple. It is clearly visible. These are just spoiled plants, or we can say they have been infected by some disease. The plants can be protected by using chemicals that kill these microbes. So chemicals can be used so that microorganisms can be killed. Some common plant disease caused by microorganisms are, you can see plant disease. First is citrus canker, and the microorganism responsible for it is bacteria. Mode of transmission is air, and you can see the figure. Then rust of wheat, microorganism is fungi, and mode of transmission is either air or seeds. Then one more disease is yellow vein mosaic of bindi or okra. Okra, that bindi is also known as okra, and it is virus is responsible for that disease, and the mode of transmission is insect. So these tables are also given in your textbook. You have to go through these. Yes, students. So in this topic, in this video, we will conclude here. In next video, we will be talking about food poisoning and some more new topics. Thank you, students. Keep studying. Stay safe.